everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Rocket Channel on the Rocket Channel, where we talk about all things Rocket, Ruthless, Own It, Kindness, Improve, Transform, or anything else that you might want me to deep dive on, or anything else like that. It's gonna be awesome. Today is April 1st of recording, so there is a new shirt out. I am currently wearing it. It is the 3/4 sleeve, black and white shirt, and it says "No excuses, just results" on the back. And here comes a photo of it. So on today's episode, we're going to go over the first word of rocket, which is ruthless, and basically kind of break that word down a little bit, and clear up some things because some people are like, oh my God, ruthless, that's such an aggressive word, blah 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 blah. Enter why I'm so soft. So the word ruthless, yeah, it is somewhat aggressive. Some people will use the word relentless a lot. Um, and they both have their similarities, but I obviously am more drawn to the word ruthless because it does have that little bit more aggressive, edgier like tone to it. When someone says ruthless, you're kind of like, what? You kind of catch side eye. But let's get into it. So basically, the definition of the word ruthless is to show no pity. That is what the definition dictionary. The, that is the dictionary definition of the word ruthless. So to show no pity on your excuses, show no pity on your old self that you're trying to get rid of, show no pity on the excuses that present themselves onto why you cannot become better. Show no pity towards whatever it is, whatever, right? Someone's trying to pull you back down, show no pity and tell them why they're not allowed to talk to you like that or do something like that, and what gives them the right to even try and do something like that. Nobody is going to come to save you. End of story. Your mom's not going to come save you. Your dad, your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your fucking dog, your cat, your parrot, whatever. Social media is not going to come save you. Don't expect it to, because at the end of the day, it's on you. You do it. It's your choice. You did it, right? You have to be the one to go out there, show up, step up, and execute. It's all on you, really. At the end of the day, it's all on you. No one's going to come do it for you or anything else like that. So make sure you do it. Do not expect a round of applause for when you finally start doing something, because no one's going to be like, oh, yeah, you're doing it. No. You need to be in it for you. That's the main goal. You decide to make these changes for you. You decide to make these changes for a long-term payout. Yeah, it might be for selfish reason. You want to look a little bit better. You want a fatter wallet. You want to drive a little bit nicer of a car. But at the end of the day, it comes down for you, right? What you do might attract somebody or something else, but you're still doing it for you to please yourself, to build yourself up, to do things like that. So don't expect somebody to fucking, give you a round of applause, a standing ovation, and things like that, because it's not going to happen. They might say, good luck, good luck, doing whatever you're going to do type thing. Oh, cool. You're just going to go do something new. Cool, bro. Have fun losing weight or, whatever it is. Enter your thing right there. So yeah, I mean, just don't expect it. No one's gonna, you know, if you want a cheerleader, go be a professional athlete, because then you'll have a cheerleader. Yeah, you might have a spouse or a significant other, or that one friend, that really does cheer you on and motivates you and pushes you and says, helps you brainstorm a little bit, bounces ideas off of you, and encourages you think you're getting ready to back down, or you think you're getting ready to quit, you know, kick the doors, lock the doors up, call it quits. That one friend you might, there's always, you might always have that one friend, but don't expect a crowd. At the end of the day, it's on you. Um, so many people, we all want it. We all have these giant dreams, like this giant what if scenario. If I start this clothing brand, all of my friends are going to start buying from me because they're my friends, right? They're my friends. They're going to come do this. No, they're not. They're fucking not. I can tell you firsthand experience. Now when you start losing weight and you decide to show off a picture, everyone's going to be like, holy shit, you did awesome, good job. But nobody was really there for you when you woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, grinding your life away to look the way you do, or working 12 hours a day for 6 months straight to buy or save whatever it is you want, or working on that resume or that website or whatever it was, no one's going to applaud you, or they don't know that grind, right? Because you're being ruthless. You're doing exactly what you need to do, and you're not showing any pity towards excuses, outside noises, and opinions, or anything else like that. You're putting in the work, you're doing what needs to be done, and you're not expecting anybody else to come do it for you because it's your dream, right? No one else is going to do your dream. No one else, because it's not theirs. They're not bought into it. It's you that's bought into it. Now, if you're trying to sell it, then you need to try and sell, obviously, your dream and have other people buy in your realm, your expertise, or whatever it is that you're in currently, right? So if you're living with like the ruthless intent, you're being a little bit more aggressive towards your dreams, ambitions, goals, future, whatever it is, you're being a little bit more ruthless towards that, you know, there's nobody else to blame on it. It's on you. You chose to do it. It's part of ownership. The next letter in Rocket O, own it. No, you can't blame anybody. You can't blame somebody for your failures, and you're not going to be, because it's on you. It comes down to your dreams, your goals, your actions, your behaviors, your past, your present, your future, everything. It's all on you. It's all yours. And that type of person, that person of that caliber that wants to win, wants to create, and wants to do more, it's probably more than likely not going to be part of their characteristic traits to where they want to pass the blame onto somebody else, because they know that they made the decision to be here today where they currently are. It's not somebody else's fault that it took them 20 years to get here today. It's not somebody else's fault as to why they started late. It's not somebody else's fault for whatever, right? It's nobody else's fault. It's yours. Um, you need to be ruthless for your wins. Celebrate it, but don't hold on to it, because do you really want that current victory of yours to be your peak? Do you want that to be your highest achievement? And like, look, I'm 30 something, early 30s right now. If I chose this year to be my highest peak, is that really something I want to live the rest of my life with? Do I want to live another 30, 40, 50, 60 years of my life at age 33 being the highest moment of my life? Absolutely not. You know? So you need to be ruthless towards your wins, and then dissect it, replicate it. How can I figure out how to do this again, but better? Even if it doesn't, even if it takes, multiple tries to make that a little bit better, you're still doing and recreating the same original concept and outcome. You know, you're also ruthless toward your owning your losses. You might have bought into something that maybe was a flop. You might have bought a car that was a flop. You might have you got into a relationship. Me, I've been married and I'm divorced and I'm in another relationship. But my marriage, I played a big role in it. It takes two people to be married. It takes two people to make decisions. There's two lives living in this house that need to come together and be a unit. And I am able to notice my faults. It is not my ex-wife's faults for the things that I did. I chose to do them. I chose to act a certain way. And look, your other partner can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day, you are who you are. And if you own who you are, then what do you have to worry about, right? The same thing with a job. If you have been at a job for 3 months, 3 years, 30 years, and you decide to make that change, be ruthless about making that change. Don't just sit on the fence and be like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Is this really going to be like a crippling anxiety to like keep me here? Or, do I keep bouncing, 7 different times now because I'm trying to replicate what I had over there? No. You need to be You need to be ruthless towards owning wins, losses, positives, negatives, ups and downs. Every ounce of it is on you. It is your shit to control, right? It's all on you. And that's what it comes down to. Again, the definition of ruthless is to show no pity. Do not show any pity to weakness, to your old self, to your losses, to your wins, to the outside noises and opinions. Be that person that is stone cold and able to stand up and say, no, This is what I'm going to do. This person is giving me the advice that I'm looking for and is willing to help me, or nobody is there, whatever the situation is, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to go lose 20 pounds. I'm going to go get this new vehicle. I am going to go get a different job. I am going to do this hard thing that challenges me that will eventually put me somewhere better in my future. I am going to do that. Replace those words I might, I want, and I maybe into I am and I will. Because when you start changing the words in your vocabulary, it changes a lot of things because it starts rewiring the way you think, right? Because when you start saying, "Oh, I might go do this 10K," to "I am doing this 10K," and you start rewiring your brain saying, "I am going to do this," you start doing it because you're no longer living in this land of might and maybe, right? Take a step back. You know, I said at the beginning that the word ruthless can be a little aggressive to some softer folks, right? Some softer people might think that the word ruthless is a little too aggressive and a little too mean for them because they live in little soft la la land and they don't like winning. So let's just be clear about this word ruthless. It's not about being cold. It's not about being cold to your partner, your family, your friends, your boss. It's about being clear. Okay? It's about being clear on the standards. It's about being clear on the line that you're drawing and implementing. It's about being clear on your expectations of what you expect out of yourself. You cannot expect somebody else to do something because if they're not up to the task and you're still going to hold them to this expectation, they're going to fail because they're probably not bought in to the same extent that you are. It is about being clear on your ambitions, what you want, and you might not know how to get there, but you know what you want. You know what your big picture end goal is, and it might take you 5 years, it might take you 10 years, but as long as you are clear on what you want and you are making ruthless actions forward momentum to get to where you want to go, you will probably get there. Okay? It's about staying locked in on your purpose, no matter what tries to knock you off. Okay? Okay. Perfect example. I'm training to do the Spartan Trifecta weekend here in Colorado. And what that entails is I have to do a 21K, I have to do a 10K, and I have to do a 5K, all in 2 days. In 2 days over the weekend. I am locked in on my training, on my running, on my working out, and all of those things. There's going to be a lot of things coming my way that are trying to knock me off course and not get my training done. Like shitty weather currently happening right now as I am recording this. I probably should not go the bad weather makes people want to stay inside, cozy up by the fireplace and read a book or eat junk food. But this is perfect weather to be going outside and running because it tests you mentally. You're still getting your training in. I mean, that's good. But it pushes you mentally into a place that says, I am being ruthless and I will not back down no matter what the circumstances are. Just like a weight loss thing. Again, I don't drink anymore. So my friends that like to be drunks and drink a lot, you cannot let those people knock you back off path on what your destination is. There's going to be something, whatever it is that you are doing in your life today, currently, there's going to be something that they're going to try and knock you off course. You try to save money, boom, tire just blew up. Now you got to buy, $300 tire. It's going to knock you off course. It's going to set you back, and you're like, oh my God, this world is so unfair. Why is everybody against me? No, it's a test because now it's going to put you into a position to make you figure out how to make this work. Again, it's life is trying to knock you off path, but you're not going to let it because you live with ruthless intent. And like we've said, this word ruthless can be aggressive to some softies. Okay, kindness and ruthless and kindness can all coexist. They can all live together. They can coexist a lot better than the people that have the coexist bumper stickers because those fucks are currently vandalizing and burning down Tesla buildings and cars. They cannot coexist. I'll be straightforward with you. That's my opinion, and I'm not cutting this out of the video. Um, you're ruthless on your mission, but you're not heartless about it. You still have relationships. You still have things that need to be done. You cannot completely cut ties with your partner and say, I'm locked in on my training or on being sober, and I cannot no longer have ties with you, but I still want you to live with me. It doesn't work like that. It's not going to be. You can still be ruthless, be locked in, be a savage, and you'd still be very kind. It's just like the saying, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. That is exactly how you need to balance it, how you need to think about it, and restructure your mindset and your way of thinking. I can say I'm a bad motherfucker and I'm going to go do all this stuff, but then you can go home and cuddle up your kitty. You know, it happens. So just live with Ruth. These are ways that you can live ruthlessly and still be true to who you are, but yet, you're more locked in than you have ever been because you have goals, you're ambitious, and you really want them to come through. Because guess what? A dream, a thought with no vision or no action it's all it is a dream because it's never going to happen. It's just that thing that sits there idly living right here, going nowhere. So to recap, nobody's going to come save you, okay? Not a single soul is going to come save you. You have to be the one to do it. No one's going to come and just magically invest into your life because you said so. People that live ruthlessly with ruthless intent do not blame others. They own all of their shit. They own their actions. They're not going to pass blame. They own their win. They own their losses. You know, it's very easy to go out there and project, and post and share your victories and all that stuff. But who are you when you lose? That's the real character trait. That's the real definition of who you are. And to be ruthless, it's not about being cold. It's about being clear. Be clear on what you want to do. Be clear on who you want to become. Be clear on how you want to get there. So that's how we're going to wrap this little rant episode up. And we'll throw in again today that I'm recording this is April 1st. The first of every month, the brand Rocket, the clothing brand Rocket, drops a new shirt. Boom, wearing it right here. This is the new three-quarter sleeve, black and white, and on the back it's got a cool graphic. I'll post the photo. Again, every month there's a new shirt on the clothing brand Rocket. Clothing brand Rocket, or Rocket in general, Rocket is also looking for brand ambassadors. So while you're scoping through, checking out the website, you see that brand ambassador page, click it, read about it, and apply if you want to. I approve everything. I read everything. I need you to fill out all of the information. I need to see your social media because I need to make sure that you're somebody that lives the Rocket values, lives the Rocket lifestyle, and you're not some dickbag on the internet talking some shit that's not appropriate, that doesn't align with my brand, okay? Plus, you can make money off of every sale. You get your own unique code. You can make money off of it if you sell Rocket product while you're wearing it. Follow social medias. Hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do all that fucking stuff right now. Hit subscribe, hit like, hit follow, hit share, leave a comment, do whatever you want, and let me know what we should talk about next time, or I'll figure it out on my own. So until then, I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy wherever you're at, wherever you're watching, and think about how you want to live with ruthless intent.